your resume is all done, you're applying, you're ready to go, and then they ask you for a cover letter. At first, I was so scared of cover letters. I hated them. I was like, why can't you just look at my resume? Everything you need to know is right there. However, now I absolutely love the cover letter. With every job you apply to, even though it's in the same industry, there's gonna be differences between them in regards to the tasks you're gonna have to do. The cover letter is your chance to convey to the hiring manager, hey, I see that you need me to do this specific task and I have the experience to do that, and here's why. Cover letters may seem hard to write, but in my opinion, they're not. So I want to talk about how to write a cover letter.
Be sure to watch till the end so you can learn how to get a free cover letter resource that got me 4 internships and a full-time job.
Hey, what's up? My name is Whitney. I have many passions. I call them my Passioniplets, and career management's one of them.
The cover letter is a document. It's usually 1 page long that expands on the experience that is on your resume. It's your chance to show the hiring manager why you're best fit for the job while still sharing a little bit of personality at the same time. I want to break down how to write a cover letter by going over the 5 parts to a cover letter. For me, that's the header, the salutation, the opening paragraph, the body, and the closing paragraph. The header of the cover letter is the top part of the cover letter. It's going to have your address, the company's address, the date you're writing it. For me personally, I don't put my address there. I just put the company's address there and the date that I'm writing. It's what's worked for me. I haven't had a problem with it so far. Nobody's yelled at me for it. Next up is the salutation. The salutation is where you're going to greet the person that is reading your cover letter. Sometimes you might know who's going to read your cover letter. Definitely put their name in. Usually I go with the full name, like John Smith, comma, Dear John Smith, comma. If I don't know the hiring manager's name, I just put Dear Hiring Manager or Hiring Manager. Simple as that. The opening paragraph. The opening paragraph is my favorite part of the cover letter because this is where you're going to do some magic. In the opening paragraph, you're going to want to take your most relevant experience that you have that is applicable to this job. What I suggest you do is you go through the job posting and look at the tasks that they need you to do. If you see 2, 3, or 4 tasks that you're like, hey, I've done that before and I know how to do that, that's what you're going to put into the opening paragraph. For example, let's say you're applying for a retail job, and on this application you see that you need to be able to do 3 key things. You need to be able to work the register, gather feedback from customers, and you need to be able to promote the credit card that your store is trying to get people to open. My opening paragraph for a job like that would be, while working at company XYZ, I was responsible for promoting our company credit card, processing cash and credit payments, as well as gathering feedback from customers on how we were working as a store. With that, you took 3 things that they need in the employee that they're looking to hire and you put it right in the opening paragraph, so it's gonna connect with them because they're gonna say, oh, that's exactly what I need, and it's gonna help you get the job. The body paragraph. The body paragraph is where you're gonna do a deep dive into your previous experience that is also the most relevant to the job you're trying to apply to. The biggest thing I make sure to do when writing the body paragraph of my cover letter is to have measurable keywords. Measurable keywords are basically tasks that you did at your previous job that are applicable to this new job while putting a number or an amount of times that task was completed to it. Sticking with our retail example, I would say I processed cash and credit payments daily. I collected emails from each customer after every transaction. And while working for this company, I opened an average of 5 cards per month. Using measurable keywords in your body is really going to paint a picture for the hiring manager and give them an accurate depiction of the things you did, how often you did them, and how good you were at your job. So they're just really necessary to include, in my opinion. Something else I want to go over with the body paragraph is organization. When I write my cover letter, I always put the most applicable and recent experience that I've had at the top, followed by the other experiences that I've had I do it in chronological order basically, and I also put it together based on type. Like when I put my retail experience in my cover letter, I put that all together. Even though I've had 3 different retail jobs, I put it in one paragraph. Internships, like I give their own paragraph. Lastly, the closing paragraph. The closing paragraph is where you're going to thank the hiring manager for reading your cover letter, throw in any last minute information. It's also a place you can put a personal website if you have one and you want to direct them there so they can learn a little bit more about you. My personal closing paragraph goes a little something like this. Thank you so much for reading my cover letter. I feel my experience at Company X and Company Y have prepared me to work for insert company name here. If you'd like to learn a little bit more about me or get another copy of my resume, you can check out my website at www.whitneysingleton.com. Please feel free to contact me at insert number here or email me at insert email here. Thank you for your consideration and I hope to hear from you soon. Whitney Singleton. Going over a cover letter verbally is one thing. It kind of gives you an idea and something to look towards, but I feel like with cover letters, you kind of need a template. So I've created a template for you to look at. It is my personal template that I use for my resume. It just has Company X and Company Y in it instead of, the companies that I've worked for. So if you feel like that could be helpful for you, check out the description. I've put a link to it. It's totally free. It is a cover letter template that you can kind of fill in for yourself and play around with it, or maybe even just look to and read and then implement certain things in your cover letter. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked what you saw today, please hit that like button. Also subscribe to this channel so I can continue to make content. Also leave a comment. Let me know what you thought. Was there something that I should have put in here? I want to know about it. I also want to know any questions or any topics you want to see me talk about. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you next Monday.